Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing on this Super Saturday, June the 10th, year 2023? I'm going to give you a couple of different tips that I use. Remember, I use them to become wealthy, and these will help you out. Okay? Remember, I'm mazske Finance. I'm not a financial advisor, not a CPA, not an attorney, not a doctor, not a nutritionist. But anyway, let's see a few different things. You got to be frugal. You got to play a good defense because very few of us make a super high income. And those that do make a very high income, many times they're living paycheck to paycheck because they live the lifestyle. So if you're just the average American or wherever you may be from watching my channel and you don't make a gigantic paycheck, you don't make $1 million a year, how can you become wealthy? How can you become wealthy? Well, you've heard me say probably 1,000 times on this channel, the quickest way to wealth is to buy real estate. But how do you buy real estate when it's hard enough to get your own mortgage on your own house? Well, you got to play a good defense. You got to save money. How can you save money? Here's a couple tips on how to save money. Here's a couple tips on ways to make money. Here's a couple tips on how to get your first rental property. These are things that I have done, would have liked to have done, have thought about, have studied, etc., etc., etc. The easy one to say is, I made a video 2-3 days ago about a free $15. It's using the app called Upside. I have a link. I'll put it in the link below today for the last time. It'll be the third day in a row I put the link below. It doesn't matter to me if you use it or not, but you can get a free $15 and potentially free dollars for years and years to come, because that Upside app will give you cents off every gallon of gas you get. They will give you cash back on many local restaurants in your area and potentially supermarkets in your area. I just realized the other day, because I was digging around the app, I didn't know all this before. There's 2 restaurants, in quotes, that I go to that if I push the little button on, tap the button on Upside, I get cash back like 6%. One of them is a pizza place, nice homemade pizza. I already was using a credit card that if I spent $30 on 3 different occasions at a restaurant that they had a list of restaurants I could use. It was a Marriott credit card, and through Chase. That the first time I did it, I get 1,000 points. Second time I get 2,000 points. The third time I get 3,000 points. So I started going to this pizza place that we like over a period of weeks. Got 1, 2, 3 pizzas and some soup with it, and I'd use Upside and get 6% cash back. So I'm getting 6% cash back, which on like $30 is $1 or something. And then I'm getting 1,000 points, 2,000 points, 3,000 points, so 6,000 points altogether. Okay. I also get ice cream maybe once a month, once every 3 weeks at a local ice cream place. I usually use a credit card that will give me something like 12 points because I'm in their dining program. Not that I dine a lot, but I use it at that ice cream place. And between the missus and I, we might spend $12 to $14. Everything's expensive nowadays. And we get like upwards of 12x points on every dollar we spend. And we also get, I think it's 6% cash back. So on our bill on the Upside app, it will take a few days or 3, 4, 5, 6 days to show up on the app. But then the cash is credited to my account and I can withdraw it at any time I want. Send it to my bank, send it to one of the various apps that I can use. Okay. Other ways, you heard me mention credit cards. I just bought 2 round-trip airplane tickets yesterday, flying to Chicago, O'Hare, from South Florida. And both of them, I used 2 different credit cards. I used the Chase card, I used the Capital One card. Why did I do this? Because both of those cards give me an annual $300 travel credit, a $300 travel credit annually. I used the Chase card. I bought a ticket. The ticket cost $408 through the Chase portal. I used the credit card. I will get credited back $300. It'll take a few days, weeks or something, but I'll get that $300 back. I did the same thing through the Chase portal. I bought the same ticket. And it was, again, exactly $408. I will get $300 credited back to me. So those 2 tickets effectively cost me $108. Fly in there, I think, and flying back, I believe. We're flying United. I think it's what it is on both flights. And I have a credit card that will gives me a $250 credit a year for extras with United. You check a bag in there, it's $35. So maybe the missus and I will each carry a bag with us. I'll pay with that credit card. That's $70. I'll get it credited back to me. When we fly out of Chicago to come back, I think we're on United again. We will do the exact same thing and get $70 credited back because I haven't used that $250 credit yet for this year. Okay, and if I decide, I usually don't get anything on a plane, like you can sometimes buy Wi-Fi or get drinks or food that you pay for. I usually don't do that, but if I do decide to do something like that, then I would again use that credit card so I could get the credit back. Okay, and the missus and I both have that credit card. So if we use $250 up on one, we can switch to the other credit card. Okay, stuff like that. All right, so by doing that, those credit cards both have annual fees, but that $300 is helping to offset that annual fee. Plus, I get points that I can travel for free with. Okay, the other things you can do is look at how you live your life. Look at the choices and decisions you make on a daily basis. When you drive to work, do you stop and get breakfast? Do you stop and get a cup of coffee or some drink or a donut or something like that? Can you eliminate or minimize the times you eat out? Because number one, it's not healthy. No restaurant is healthy. Number two, you can get your own groceries, make your own coffee, etc., cheaper than you can buy. You can say, oh, that's not convenient. Baloney. If you like to drink a daily cup of coffee a day and you work 5 days a week and every day you stop at Starbucks to get their big cup of coffee, do what I do. Make a pot of coffee, make it on Sunday night. Make a pot of coffee, stick it in the fridge. Come Monday morning, pour it into your travel mug, put in whatever you want to put in it, and you got your cup of iced coffee to go to work. Maybe it's not hot coffee, but it's iced coffee. You did a whole pot, that'll last you a week, okay? You brew it one time, and to buy ground coffee in a bag or can or whatever, it's cheaper than that. A can or that bag will last you several months probably if you brew one pot a week. See where I'm getting at with this? You can do the same with every aspect of your life. If it's summertime and you have air conditioning and you set your temperature whatever you set it at, could you set it 1 degree higher or 2 degrees higher? In the wintertime, if you're putting your heat on and you set it at whatever temperature you put it at, could you again put it 1 or 2 degrees higher to save money on your utility bill? If you pay a car payment, can you sell that car off and buy a beater? If you pay rent or a mortgage, can you, if you bought a house, if you're my new buddy, not my new buddy, if you're my buddy Nick, I don't know if you'll watch this or not, you own a house, I'm sure you're proud of buying that house, but here's something for you to think about. Put your house on the market. But don't put it on the market until you find a duplex or a triplex to move into. I know you might say, and all of you might say this, but I don't want to give up my front yard, my backyard, my white picket fence. You know, I like my house. I'm telling you, and I wish I had done this, I didn't do it. If you could sell it, buy then, hopefully you got some equity in it. You get your money, a little bit of equity. You put it towards moving into a duplex or a triplex, as long as you can find one in your area. And by doing that, your tenant will pay you rent, and you should be able to live near free or free. Okay, near free or free. May not cover, that rent may not cover the mortgage. I don't know, but if it doesn't, it's going to cover a good percentage of it, so you can live nearly for free. And by doing that, you don't have to stay there forever. Check with your lender. You stay there for 1 year, and if you want to move somewhere else, you can, which means you could buy another duplex or triplex, move into it. Now you rent both sides of the duplex you moved out of, and you live in the other one. Now you got multiple rental units, okay? Find a high yield savings account. If you're getting rent in, you got to put it in the bank. Don't put it in your bank that pays you 0.25% interest. Find one that pays you 4.5%, 5% interest. They're all over the place, especially online. Okay, and I've talked about this in different videos. Put your money to work for you. That's another thing to get up here. Put your money to work for you. While you're working physically or mentally to get a paycheck, put your money to work for you. That's what I started to do when I was 22 years old. It took me a while to figure out exactly the proper way to do it, but once I started buying rental property, I really got it figured out. I'm putting my money to work for me. I put my money to work for me in rental property, in mineral rights acreage, and oil drilling, and in high yield savings accounts. I then get returns back in. That's how I live my life. That's how I have become wealthy. Okay? I get enough coming back in that I'm saving money every month, and I have been buying more investments. Okay? I'm also traveling more than ever, almost for free or nearly for free. Okay? Over the next 3 weeks, I'm taking 3 different trips. All right? Some of them are in my state. 2 of them are in my state. One of them is, I talked about it, it's a different state. Okay? I'm also going to give you, I think tomorrow, I may give you an update on my potential move to Panama. Till I sell this house, though, I'm here. Owning a house, as I found out in Virginia, owning a house, as I realized in Florida, it's like something, weight on your shoulders. It keeps you held down because now you're tied to this house. If you want to move, you can't just pack up and move because you got to pay this mortgage. You're living in this house. Okay? So whenever I sell this, and I've been dropping the price because I want to sell it. I have a bottom dollar mark, but I am progressing there. So once I sell it, then I'm free. I do dare say. I can move to Panama if I want to. I can move to California. I can move to Hawaii. I can move to Maine. I can move to Michigan, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Virginia. I have flexibility and freedom. Why? Because I'm financially independent. I can live wherever I want to. Don't you want to be the same? And I know you might be saying, no, I want to stay right where I'm at. I have friends and family here. I grew up, I want to stay here. Okay, that's fine. But give yourself the ability to have some freedom, to have options. Do you love your job? Even if you do, what about the boss changes? What about they downsize? Try to do your best to combine saving money, getting credit cards to get free travel so you can have some enjoyment in life, investing your cash in a variety of ways, saving money every time you fill up at the gas tank, saving money every time you pay your monthly utility bill, and on and on and on. Put the cup of coffee in your fridge. Put breakfast, make it ahead of time. Prepare meals ahead of time for the week so you don't have to buy out. Just figure out ways that you can constantly look at saving money, investing money, living frugal, playing a good defense, but at the same time, enjoy life. Get out there. If you just use credit cards like I do, and we'll say you're single and you don't have 2 people to bounce getting credit cards off of, and let's say you can't meet to spend as much as I do, you can still potentially get, at a minimum probably, 1 to 2 free trips every single year. Every year. And as your wealth increases, and maybe you spend a little bit more, you pay the taxes and the insurance on your rental property, and you put it on a credit card to get the points, to get the sign-up bonus. And maybe you start taking 3 trips, 4 trips, 5 trips. We took 5 trips last year. We've taken several trips so far this year. We got several more planned. Okay, once I'm in Panama, Panama might be my home base. I might be traveling around the world. I don't know. Or I might come back to the U.S. My home base is here in the U.S. I don't know that yet. But I have freedom. I have flexibility. I have options. All because when I was 22 years old and a coworker basically laughed at me saying $50 a month is nothing, I didn't laugh back. I didn't reply to him. But I stuck with it. And it's paid off for me. Okay? Let's let it pay off for you. Let me help you through my experiences to learn how to improve your future for you. Okay? I can't hold your hand. I can't take you and help you walk across the road or to climb that mountain over there or to get that first rental property. But I can do what I can to share my experiences and what I've learned that you can put in your own mind and lean on my guidance if you so desire. Email me questions, put them in the comments below, and I will try to help you the best I can. I'm busier than ever though, so I'm sorry if I haven't called you back yet. I'm sorry if I get behind on my emails and so on and so on and so on. I will get to you. Don't give up on me. I'm gonna talk to some of you this weekend. I got a list of 4 people I need to call. I'm gonna talk to some of you this weekend. All right, have a great day. Maskies signing out.